Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about longevity under the barbell. And this is one of the things that I've become very insistent upon and adamant about is this idea of flexible dieting and moderation and still eating junk food when you're a master's lifter and you need to recover. I don't think this is a good idea, all right? And this is based on my life experience, my observations as a coach, different people I know, someone who's done this a long time. Keep in mind, guys, you're watching this footage. I am 48 years old. That's a 500-pound box squat on a 12-inch box with no sleeves. I mean, it's about as raw as you can get. I have on a belt and some shorts. Okay? Right? You can see me doing some reps with a stiff bar with 550 on the deadlift coming up. Okay? This is how I train. This is normal. These are not peaked. This isn't, stuff that I spend months preparing for. This is normal, heavy singles and work sets every single week. I train like this every week, all the time. This is my normal. So just so that we're clear, okay? This is just how I train, and then I do tons of hypertrophy work. So one of the things I want to point out when it comes to our diet, when you're an older lifter, if you're going to actually train really hard, you're going to be more injury prone, okay? And anyone who tells you otherwise is bullshitting you. All right, let me be clear. Anyone who tries to tell you, oh, in your 40s, no, you won't be more injury prone, everything will be fine. Just eat and train like these kids. Everything will turn out perfect. Yeah, you're not going to make it. Okay? You will not survive the long game at all. Because what happens when we eat a garbage diet and we start eating junk food and we eat these pro-inflammatory foods? People aren't going to like what I'm going to call pro-inflammatory. How about any refined sugar? How about butter? Right? How about just any sort of just pure saturated fat added to crap? Coconut oil, butter, refined sugars, all that crap. That is garbage. It causes inflammation. The data supports it. Anyone telling you otherwise is a liar, or a charlatan, or a con man. Okay? We know this stuff. These foods cause inflammation. They cause problems. If you were having problems with inflammation because your diet is raising inflammatory markers all through your body instead of being anti-inflammatory, guess what? Your tendons and stuff are not going to recover as effectively. You are not going to feel good either. And you get away with that stuff more when you're in your 20s. But when you start reaching your 40s, you start reaching your 50s, that sort of garbage absolutely will affect how you feel on a day-to-day basis. It's also going to affect stuff like your insulin sensitivity. It's going to affect stuff like your various inflammatory markers. That's going to affect your tendons. Okay? Once your tendons start hurting as an older lifter, a master's lifter, you're in trouble. So people are like, well, I enjoy my piece of pie every day, adding their sugar to their tea or whatever stupid shit they do. All right? There's no reason for you to eat that stuff. No reason at all. They do that, and then they're like, oh, my body hurts. I'm having these different responses. If you have any sort of autoimmune issue, well, there's your problem. I can tell you if you have any sort of autoimmune problem, none of that's food. You shouldn't be eating it. And I'm not saying you can't have an occasional cheat meal, but it's not something you should be having on a daily basis, even in moderation. It will absolutely cause these problems. And what you need to be focusing on your day-to-day. And again, I like a cheat meal, guys. I mean, Christmas time this year, dude, I went to family Christmas feast. I had a serious cheat meal. I had pie, I had some cookies, I had all the stuff. But it was a one-time deal, right? It's not something you should be eating 2 or 3 times a week, even in moderation. It will cause these problems. What you need to be focused on is protein antioxidants, right? There's your solutions, okay? All right, why the ultra-high protein? The metabolic health benefits, the collagen synthesis, all those things. So people forget about that. They get so caught up in the muscle growth they had, and they're like, well, muscle growth seems to stop at this amount of protein. And yeah, that's true. The data supports that overwhelmingly. We could actually make the case that more advanced bodybuilders actually need, in theory, less protein to maximize muscle growth. And people are like, what? There's data to support that. However, what are we looking at? When we start talking about metabolic health, energy turnover, higher protein is real beneficial. It's also real beneficial for fat loss. How about your tendons though? It's huge for tendon health. The protein intake that benefits tendon health is much higher still than what maximizes muscle growth. So yeah, there comes a point where sure, you might be getting enough protein for muscle growth, but adding that extra 50 or 100 grams a day, and people say that's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. I'm not saying it's not, I agree. Adding that can still have benefits to your tendons. Okay? On top of that, the older you get, the less protein you absorb. People forget that. Starting somewhere in your late 30s, as we get older, you do process protein a little less efficiently, and it happens more and more with age. So yeah, getting that extra protein in can make a big difference on your tendons. But the same thing for all your antioxidants and stuff. Eating whole foods that are rich in antioxidants, polyphenols, phytonutrients, all these things, these are kind of a big deal. And I'm not telling you to eat a bunch of raw vegetables where people jump up and mention whatever, anti-nutrients. In fact, most vegetables we handle better cooked. Again, this has been well researched. So, that also debunks all the anti-nutrient things. Just cook them. It all goes away. All the experts agree on this. Just cook your vegetables the way that we have for billions of years. Okay? We're cooked food eaters. As a species, this is not subject to debate at this point. There's your solution. It's how your ancestors ate all of these foods with no problems forever. So, but you need these things. Get them in. Get your antioxidants in. Antioxidant status should be high. Protein should be high. Right? In other words, meat, vegetables, and dairy are your friends. Hammer them down. Hammer them down like there's no tomorrow. This will facilitate recovery. It will facilitate healthier tendons, less inflammation, better tendon health, tendon strength. This is how we keep our injuries low. This is a big factor. And people can argue with me all they want while they're watching me do 500 plus pound squats and 600 pound deadlifts and stuff, closing in on 50 and not getting hurt doing it. Okay, you can argue all you want. But I'm going to laugh at your stupid ass argument and tell you will not be where I'm at my age with your stupidity. That's it. Not going to happen. I wish you the best of luck. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.